This video is a tutorial for how to install pyenv on Mac OS Sonoma. There are other tutorials out there for this, and it's not a super complicated process, but a lot of those tutorials start with somebody already having installed it and just kind of showing you the commands to run, and I wanted to demo this from the perspective of like a clean system. So pyenv is a tool that lets you install and manage multiple versions of Python on your system without disrupting the version that is already installed by macOS. And this is useful if you're using or developing Python projects. Maybe you have multiple of them and you need a different version for each one. So to install pyenv, we're going to use Homebrew, which I have already installed. I'll leave a link to my video for installing Homebrew in the description in case you need that, but chances are you've already got it. So to begin the installation of pyenv, we're going to first open a browser and we're going to go to the project's GitHub page. It is github.com/pyenv/pyenv. Now, I encourage you to read the documentation that is down here on this page in the README section. It does a pretty good job of explaining how pyenv works and how to install it. But there's a number of different steps here, so let's scroll down to the table of contents and click on the Homebrew in macOS link. So if we go down here, Homebrew in macOS, we'll click that, and we're going to run brew update and brew install pyenv. So I'll go ahead and open a terminal, and I'm just using the standard terminal that comes with macOS. I'll make a font size bigger here. Okay, we need to run brew. Let's see, what was that? Brew update and then brew install pyenv. Brew update. Now I've just installed Homebrew, so there shouldn't be anything to update. All right, now brew install pyenv and press return. This will install pyenv and all of the dependencies that it needs. And this goes pretty quick, so this won't take long. Okay, it is finished. So now that that's done, we can see, that pyenv is installed by running pyenv-version, and it's currently at 2.3.36. Okay, so let's go back to the browser window, and let's go and follow the next steps here. So back over to the browser. We're going to click the link Set up your shell environment for pyenv. And we are going to scroll down to the ZSH section. I'm going to click this button to copy all the commands, and I'm going to paste them in the terminal. Press return. That happens quickly. And we're off and running here. Okay, I think we need to go back to the browser window. There's one more thing we need to do. Right here, and go down to the Install Python Build Dependencies link and click that. Now we're using Homebrew, and we're going to select this first line of a command here, and we're going to run that in a terminal. This is going to install some dependencies that are needed to build Python, and each time you install a version of Python, it will build it. All right, that is already done. So now that we have everything installed, let's use it a bit to make sure that everything is working. So we're going to run, let's run pyenv versions. I meant versions. All right, this says that we have the system version installed, and the asterisk next to it indicates that it is the current version being used. All right, let's install a new version. Let's try pyenv install-l to see which versions are available. Now there are a lot of versions listed here, but I know that 3.12.0 is a version and 3.12.2, so let's install those. Pyenv install 3.12.0, And this is going to download it and install it. This will take a little bit of time, but it's pretty quick. If this takes a while, I will cut this from the video. Okay, Python 3.12.0 has successfully installed. That took about a minute, so I'll cut out some of that to speed up this video. Let's go ahead and install 3.12.2 as well. Again, I'll cut out this so you don't have to watch it install. Okay, Python 3.12.2 has finished installing, and I don't think we need 3.12.0 anymore since we have the .2 version. So let's show how to uninstall that. We'll run pyenv uninstall 3.12.0, and we'll press Y to confirm, and just like that, it's done. Now let's run pyenv versions to see which versions are installed. And we still have the system version, and now we have 3.12.2. Great. So next, let's run python -- version to see which version is being used. None of them are being used. Python 3 -- version. There we go. 3.9.6 is currently being used. That is the system version. So let's say I want to switch to 3.12.2 just in this shell for now. So if I type pyenv shell 3.12.2 and press return. Oh, I forgot to run pyenv init. Pyenv init. This is pretty easy. Okay. Now, let's go back and run this command again. All right, let's restart the shell. Go back up here, terminal. Okay, pyenv versions. We're still good here. Pyenv shell 3.12.2. All right, great. Now it's working. I'm going faster than I'm reading. Let's try Python 3 -- version now. Okay, now you can see it's using 3.12.2 rather than the system version. So pyenv versions also shows that we're using 3.12.2. So hopefully this helps you get pyenv installed and set up. The instructions on the GitHub pages really do a good job of explaining it. However, they have a lot of different options and things that you may not be using. So just follow along with the pieces that apply to your system, and you should be good to go. There's a lot more that you can do, and there's plenty of tutorials out there covering all that. So I hope this really helped you get started, and I wish you good luck on your Python projects.